Alright, I'm Steve Johnson, Product Manager for Raco. This is going to be a short installation video on how to install the 936 Old Work box and kit. First of all, I've pulled these out. This is the way it comes. The brace in one piece, the box and bracket are separate. One of the things that I want to point out is a Phillips socket on this end. You can put a power screwdriver on there to open this up very quickly. And what you want to do, there are two indicators. Here you can see the first one. You pre-position that for 16-inch centers. There's another one back for 24-inch centers. So definitely you want to use this feature when you're extending it up for 24 inches. Alright, so the first thing that we do is we get that to that first indicator mark, and then you slide it through the opening. Now I'm doing it on the side, so it's a little bit tougher, but you want to go ahead and get your feet so that they're sitting on top of the drywall. That gives you your spacing so that your box will come out flush with your drywall. And then you want to just turn this. You want to get it pretty much in the center. It's very important. So the idea is to get up there and bury those prongs into the wood joist. Get it nice and tight. Alright, the next thing you want to do is get out your bracket. Take out the 4 screws that are in the hardware pack, and you want to put 2 of those screws in the ears that are called out as keyhole. Alright, those will receive the box and it'll make it a whole lot easier. So what you do is you position this on the brace, get it centered, and then turn it around so that the screws are facing out. Alright, now so the bracket's in position. I've got the wire fed through. We want to make sure the power is absolutely off before we mess around with these wires. I've also knocked out the knockout that I want to use in the back of the box. That just gets thread on. The nice thing about the reason I'm doing that rather than putting the connector in first is one of the features of this connector is I can put it in last, which gives me a lot more flexibility when I'm installing this box. Alright, now all you do is line up those 2 screws that you put in the bracket before with the keyholes in the back of the box. Slide the box up, rotate it into position, and now it's not going to fall out of the ceiling. You can go ahead and get your screwdriver, tighten those up, and then don't get them too tight because there's 2 other screws that we want to lock that into position, and those are these holes right here. So go ahead and run those other screws in. They're all tapped very nicely so everything runs in very quickly. So I'll get those in place and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to put that connector in. Alright, so now I've got the screws all tightened up. Want to make sure you put 4 of them in there again. Now it's time to put the insider connector on. All we do is we take this side that says inside box. Alright, that's the last thing to go onto the cable. We'll slide that on, slide it up the cable, and then what we'll do is we'll snap it into the knockout once we've got it right in the place that we want it. Just like that. Okay, so now that your wire is in there and it's connected, now the last thing to do is to install your ceiling fan and complete your wiring. The screws that we provide are 1032 screws. They go in these holes here. And then your ground screw, when you want to hook up your ground wire, that goes right into this position here. You can see everything threads in really, really easily. So now follow the manufacturer's instruction on your ceiling fan, and that's all there is to it to installing one of Raco's 936 old work retro braces.